Hello friends, welcome to GS4. I am Krishna Gupta and we are into the series of current affairs through MCQs, and today we are looking at the geography subject. Okay, so we'll be looking at the current affairs topics which are present in news with regard to geography. Now, so friends, GS4 brings you All India PT mock test here, which is an OMR based mock test, which will be a real time fill, which will give you a real time fill of civil services prelims examination held at various test centers, almost more than 25 across 20 cities in India. You can know more about this test by scanning this QR code, and it is available in English and Hindi medium. Okay, starting our session. The first question we have today, that is, consider the following statements about. Statement 1 is a longer cycle of Madden-Julian oscillation, that is MJO, brings good rainfall over the Indian subcontinent. Statement 2 is a positive Indian Ocean dipole leads to above normal rainfall in the Indian subcontinent. So statement 1 we can understand by a diagram. Basically, Madden-Julian oscillation, it is a kind of a phase. It is a kind of a phase of high pressure and low pressure system. So here we can see this oscillation, it is taking place in the Indian Ocean region as well as the Western Pacific Ocean region. So this is the region where the Madden-Julian oscillation takes place. The point to understand with regards to Madden-Julian oscillation is it is coming in different phases. In different phases, like it is moving from east to it is moving from west to east. It is moving from west to east. So I have taken this diagram so that you can understand that what is happening actually here. So there are different phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6, 7 can also be present here. So in phase 1, what is happening? The oscillation, this Madden-Julian oscillation, it is occurring near the western part of Indian Ocean region in this place, and it is resulting in increased rainfall in this region, definitely because of the presence of low pressure system in this region. It is also resulting in the rainfall in the Indian region. It is also resulting in rainfall in Indian region. But as this cycle moved towards the eastern direction, we can see the rainfall is now occurring over the northern part of Australia. In the phase 3, we can see as it has moved more eastward, the rainfall is occurring towards the Western Pacific island countries, we can say. Therefore, in this part, as the duration of this Madden-Julian oscillation, it increases, the amount of rainfall which is occurring in the Indian mainland or Indian region subcontinent, it is declining. Okay, it is declining. Therefore, statement 1 we can observe a longer cycle of Madden-Julian oscillation brings good rainfall over the Indian subcontinent. It is an incorrect statement. Statement 2, a positive Indian Ocean dipole leads to above normal rainfall in Indian subcontinent. Understanding this through a diagram. Now, Indian Ocean dipole, it is the alternative warming and cooling of the Indian Ocean region. Okay, so here a dipole is being created. The complete Indian Ocean, it is being divided into two parts, the western part and the eastern part, and the alternate warming and cooling of these two regions, it is leading to the formation of positive or negative dipole. The positive dipole we can understand when the western region it is warmer, and the eastern region it is cooler. This is leading to the formation of a condition which is called as the positive phase of Indian Ocean dipole. Here we can see the amount of rainfall, it is being increased over the western part because of the high moisture presence in this region. So it is leading or it is resulting in the good amount of rainfall in the Indian continent or Indian subcontinent. Conversely, when there is an opposite phase is occurring, that is when the western part is getting cooler and the eastern part is getting warmer. This is resulting in the formation of a condition called as negative phase of Indian Ocean dipole, where the amount of rainfall in the Indian Ocean or the Indian subcontinent region, it is declining. Okay, it is declining, and here it is increasing. Therefore, analyzing the statement, a positive Indian Ocean dipole leads to above normal rainfall in Indian subcontinent is a correct statement, making statement B as a correct answer. Okay, quite simple to understand. We have seen these conditions in quite detail. So moving forward to our next question, we have, which of the following statements regarding earthquake body waves are correct? So here we are talking about the P waves and S waves. They are the body waves. So statement 1 is, the P waves are similar to sound waves and can travel through gaseous, liquid and solid materials. If you have read NCERT, then you can analyze this statement in a quite simple manner that this is a correct statement. P waves have qualities which are similar to sound waves and they can travel through gaseous, liquid and solid mediums. This statement becomes correct. Statement 2. The secondary waves can travel only through solid materials. This is also a correct statement because the secondary waves, also called as S waves, they are unable to penetrate through the mediums like liquid and gases. Therefore, we can see the absence of the S waves towards the mantle region, okay, mantle and the outer core region. Okay, so there is absence of S waves. Statement 3. The shadow zone of P waves is much wider than S waves. This statement is an incorrect statement because we can see through this diagram. We can analyze here. The P waves here, they can pass through solid medium, they can pass through liquid medium, and they can also pass through the gaseous medium, okay, which is outside this. But as waves, you can see they are majorly, they can pass through the part of solid mediums only. They can only pass through the solid mediums. Therefore, the kind of the shadow zone which is being created by the S waves, it is quite wider. And the shadow zone which is created by the P waves, it is quite smaller. Analyzing statement again, the shadow zone of P waves is much wider than S waves. So this statement is an incorrect statement. Thus, the correct answer here, it becomes A, 1 and 2 only. Moving forward towards our next question. On the day of summer solstice, the sun, the position of sun we are talking about. Option A, does not set below the horizon at the Arctic Circle, does not set below the horizon at Antarctica Circle, shines vertically overhead at noon on the equator, shines vertically overhead at the Tropic of Capricorn. So, analyzing this statement here, we can see we have Earth here. Okay, we have Earth here, and the position of Earth during the summer solstice, it can be seen the North Pole is tilted more towards the sun. The North Pole, it is tilted more towards the sun. Therefore, during this period of summer solstice, the Arctic region, it will be having a daylight of more than of almost 6 months. Okay, I am not saying it will be a kind of a differential phenomena here, that at some region there will be a daylight of few days, but at the pole region it will be of 6 months. So here we can see, for this duration of time, the horizon at which the sun is present, it will not set below, but the sun will be seen completely day on day or month on month. Therefore, making the statement A as a correct statement, it does not set below the horizon at the Arctic Circle. For statement B, we can see the winter solstice will be a good answer. Winter solstice, and sun shines vertically overhead at noon of the equator. This happens during the equinox. This happens during the equinox conditions and shines vertically overhead at the Tropic of Capricorn. This also happens during the winter solstice. So, this answer is quite clear. We have understood through it through a very good diagram. Then, moving ahead, next question we have about the lightning and thunderstorm. So, consider the following statement. Statement 1 is lightning is classified as a natural disaster in India. Statement 2 is for lightning to occur, upper part of the thunderstorm cloud becomes positively charged while the middle to lower part of the thunderstorm clouds becomes negatively charged. Statement 3. While the earth is a good conductor of electricity, it is electrically neutral. So, analyzing here the statements, we can see in India, the lightning is up till now not classified under the natural disasters. Therefore, this statement becomes an incorrect statement. This statement becomes an incorrect statement. For statement 2, we will see the diagram. So, this is basically a diagram of thunderstorm where there is presence of the positively charged particles and the negatively charged particles. The positively charged particles, they are present over the upper part of this thunderstorm, and the negatively charged particle, they are present at the lower part, okay, middle to lower part of this thunderstorm. Now here we can see the interaction between this charged particles, the interaction between these charged particles, it is resulting into the formation of the lightning. This is resulting in the formation of lightning here. Also, we can see the ground region, the ground of earth, it is a very good, it is basically a neutral condition. It is a neutral, electrically neutral, but it is a good conductor of electricity. It is a good conductor of electricity. Therefore, here the statement 2 and statement 3 becomes correct statement, and answer for this question, it becomes B, that is 2 and 3 only. As the lightning is not classified, it is yet not classified as a natural disaster in India. Okay, moving forward to our next question. We have the question about the diastrophic processes. Okay, diastrophic processes and their characteristics. So consider the following pairs, the diastrophic processes with their characteristics. The orogeny. Orogeny is basically the mountain building process. It is the mountain building, and here it is written the wrapping of large part of the crust, the wrapping of the large part of crust. So here we can see this statement here, it becomes quite incorrect statement, because wrapping of earth can be occurred because of the pushing of the plates. Because of the pushing of the plates, there can be some deformations there. Therefore, it is basically a mountain building process. Aperogeny, it is written the horizontal movement of crustal plates. Okay, so aperogeny, we can see it is basically a continental building process. It is basically a continental building process. So in the continental building process, there will be upliftment, okay, or there will be subsidence of the continents, which results in the formation of the landforms over the continents. Therefore, this horizontal movement, okay, it is an incorrect statement, because it is more related to the vertical movement of crustal plates. Thus, this statement becomes a incorrect statement. For plate tectonics, we have already studied about it in the previous lecture. The plate tectonics is basically the horizontal movement of crustal plates. The horizontal movements of crustal plates, it can either be towards each other, it can be either away from each other, and it can be either parallel to each other, which is also called as the transform boundaries. This is condition for the convergent boundary, this is condition for the divergent boundary, and this is the condition for the transform boundary. Therefore, this statement becomes an incorrect statement, because it is associated with the horizontal movement. Thus, in this statement or in these conditions, the statement 1, 2 and 3 becomes incorrect. Therefore, we have answer, that is none of the pairs is a correct answer. In the recent times, we have seen there is the movement of plate because of which various earthquake has occurred in the part of Turkey, in the part of Indonesia, and also recently Delhi has also experienced various earthquake phenomena which have been quite high in its scale or Richter scale. Thus, it becomes a very important to understand the diastrophic processes and their related phenomena. So, this is the very important question which can be understood for the prelims perspective. Now, next question we have: which among the following group of nations is a commonly referred to as Baltic states? Baltic states, you might have heard about. So, statement 1 is Norway, Sweden, Finland. Statement 2 is Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Statement 3 is Sweden, Finland, Poland, Denmark. Statement 4 is Finland, Estonia, Latvia, and Denmark. So, we will be looking at the answer of this question from a diagram perspective. So, here we can see we have the Baltic Sea. We have Baltic Sea, but the countries or the regions which are present in this particular region, they are called as the Baltic states. They are called as the Baltic states. The states here we can see it is Estonia, then Latvia, and Lithuania. These are the important states which are considered as the Baltic states. Thus, in this question, we can see here we have the answer as the Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. So, this is a correct answer. Now, seeing to the condition of the Baltic Sea, here it opens towards the part of the it opens to the parts of the, we can say it is the Atlantic Sea or Atlantic Ocean. Okay. So here we can see what is happening here. These countries, they are culturally and demographically quite distinct. They are quite distinct. And here the Lithuania and Latvia, they have the kind of population and culture which resembles more towards the this Poland and Belarus countries, while the Estonia, it resembles more of its demography, culture, and population towards the Finland or Finnish people. Okay, so this is a quite distinction between this Baltic Sea and Baltic states. Moving forward towards next question. The question is: consider the following pairs: the hydroelectric project and river. The statement 1 is, or the pair 1 is Italin and Dibam. The statement 2 is Mekadatu and Perrier. Statement 3 is Athunli and their river. In this statement, it is asking which of the following above pairs is correctly matched. So, we can analyze here that the hydroelectric project, that is Italin, which is present in Dabang, it is a correct statement. It is present in the state of Arunachal Pradesh, bordering with Assam. So, this is a correct statement here. The pair 2, Mekadatu with Perrier, it is an incorrect statement. Why? Because this hydroelectric project, it is present on the river Kaveri. It is present on the river Kaveri. The statement 3 is the Athunli in Dir. Dir river is an incorrect river because the Athunli hydroelectric project, it is present on the Tonyang river. It is present in the Tongyang river. Thus, we can see this statement 2 and statement 3, they are the incorrect statement. They are the incorrect statement, making statement 1, okay, statement 1 as the correct statement here, making answer as A1 only. Making answer as A1 only. So, moving forward, consider the following landforms associated with karst topography. Karst topography, it is also called as the limestone topography, or we can say it as the groundwater topography. Here we can see it is associated with limestone, number 1, and number 2, it is also related with dolomite. It is kind of a limestone here. So the question is asking, consider the following landforms associated with karst topography. First is uvalas, second is sinkholes, third is limestone pavement, and fourth is doline. So looking at the condition, we can analyze this condition through a diagram. Consider this as a block of limestone. Consider this as a block of limestone, and through this region there is flowing of the river, any river we can see. So what I can see, a river is flowing. If there is formation of crack, if there is formation of crack in this region, so the river, some of the river water, it will start moving into this crack. After some time, when there will be widening of this crack, it will result in the formation of a sinkhole. Sinkhole. So sinkhole becomes the first landform which is formed because of the dissolution or the erosion of this limestone. Now we can see there are various presence of cracks in this region. There are various presence of cracks. Similarly, there is formation of another sinkhole here, and the water is now moving through these cracks of this region. Now after some times, what will happen, this sinkhole, it will get widened up. This sinkhole, it will get widened up, and when there is quite, it is highly widened, then this sinkhole, it will be called as the doline. It will be called as doline, from where the water is getting directly inside these dolines. Later, when this sinkhole, it becomes quite more prominent, when it becomes more prominent, it leads to the formation of uvalas. Uvalas, which is the third step in the formation of this part. Now, when the uvala is formed, there is more chances that the upper region, it will collapse and it will form towards its southern part. Also, after some time, there will be formation of cave here. There will be formation of cave, but the upper region, it will be intact. Now, talking about the upper region, when there is formation of this kind of landform, where there will be kind of rough topography, which is associated with the limestones. This topography, it is called as lapis, or this lapis are also called as the limestone pavements. It is also called as limestone pavements. Thus, we can see the order of our answer here. First is sinkhole, second is dolines, third is uvalas, and fourth is limestone pavements. So through this diagram, we can understand the process of the formation of this topography or this landforms associated with the karst topography. So this I am talking about, this is the actually diagram that I was talking earlier. So here we can see the sinking stream. This is sinkhole, and the enlarging of this sinkhole, it is called as doline. When this doline, it also enlarges, it becomes a uvala. It becomes an uvalas. Then towards the lower part, we can see there is formation of cave. There is formation of cave here. There is formation of stalactites, stalagmites. Okay, we can see doline and sinkhole, and at the later part there is formation of limestone pavement. We can see the topography of this limestone pavement, it is kind of rough. It is kind of rough topography. It is ununiform. Okay, so this is the formation of the various landforms associated with the karst topography. Moving towards our next question, we have, which of the following are the effects of drought in India? Effects of drought in India. To understand drought in a quite understandable manner, we need to see what happens actually in a drought condition. Under a drought condition, the first thing will be happening, that is the decline in precipitation. When there is decline in precipitation, if the temperature is quite prominent, then there will be second phenomena occurring, that is increase in evaporation of water. It is also called as potential evapotranspiration. Now, third thing, because of this thing, what will happen? The vegetation or agriculture in this region, it will be affected negatively. It will be affected negatively, resulting in the loss of crops. If there is loss of crops, we can see the farmers will suffer in this region who are affected by these droughts, and because of the loss of crops, the overall economy of India, it will also decline with some percentage. And when there is low presence of food and there is low presence of precipitation, that is water, these conditions, it will result in the migration of the local population. The migration of local population into the resource rich region. Now, with regard to the resource rich, I am talking basically about water and food. I am talking about water and food. They are the major resources which is very much important for the survival of human beings in those regions. Therefore, analyzing the statements regardingly, the land degradation, okay, the question is asking which of the following are the effects. Okay, effects, we can see it is a kind of result. It is kind of result of drought in India. So statement 1 is land degradation. Yes, this is a correct statement. Why? Because when there is low precipitation and high evaporation, it will result in the loss of moisture in the soil. Loss of moisture in soil. When the soil is having less moisture, it will also result in the removal or easy removal of top layer of soil. Easy removal of top layer of soil because of wind or water. Basically, water we will be stepping apart, but major factor here will be wind. Okay, wind. Therefore, the land degradation, it will increase. It is a correct statement. Then wildfires will increase. Yes, this is also correct statement, because the vegetation here, the third part, as the temperature is increasing and the moisture presence is quite less, it will result in the easy initiation of the fire in this region. Therefore, wildfire is a quite prominent phenomena when the drought is occurring in this region. For example, in the part of Australia, we have seen that the wildfire is occurring almost every 1 or 2 years. So this is kind of a familiar phenomena there. Then reduction in GDP. We have seen this part of economy. It will be negatively affected, reducing the GDP of India. So this is also correct statement. Crop losses is also a correct answer or correct statement, because here we have analyzed how the loss of crops is happening. Fifth statement, the soil acidification. It is a correct statement. Why? Because here we'll be seeing there will be high application of fertilizers. Plus there will be low moisture content. Low moisture content and high fertilizer use to basically attain the crop production, which will result in the acidification of soil in those regions, making this statement also a correct statement. Then there will be cross-border migration. Cross-border migration, we have seen the migration of population, it is happening. The local people are getting migrated to the resource-rich region for water and food. This phenomena, it is seen in the part of India, In India, we can see this phenomena to occur, but it is very highly prominent in the countries of Africa, where the drought is being continued for years and years. For example, Madagascar. Since 3 years, there is no rainfall or very less rainfall, which is unable to make the land productive for crop production. Therefore, these phenomena are quite important to understand. Making all these statements, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, that is correct statement, that is D is the correct answer. Moving towards next question. Which of the following statements regarding oat cloud are correct? Okay, basically what is oat cloud? Oat cloud, what is it? Have you heard about oat cloud earlier? Okay, so analyzing with the statement, we'll be looking at, we have sun, we have our solar system, and these planets, all the planets of the solar system, they are moving in an elliptical plane. They are moving in an elliptical plane. Then after the Pluto, that is the last planet, consider not it as a planet right now, but as the last object or astronomical object present in the orbit of sun. There we have a kind of a Kuiper belt. Okay, we have a Kuiper belt. In this Kuiper belt, there is large presence of the asteroids, or the, we can see the various particles are present. Particles in the form of ice or in the form of rocks are present here. But this is also present as a part of the elliptical plane. But as we go beyond this Kuiper belt, there is presence of a very big cloud. There is presence of very big cloud, which is spherical in nature, and this cloud, it consists of millions or billions of particles, which is of rocks, ice or debris. So this complete cloud, this complete area or complete region, it is present with billions of particles of the rocks, which is of the size of mountains also, the ice particles and other particles also. What happens here? There are various comets are getting, or they are moving from this oat cloud into the solar system region. Okay, so analyzing the statements, now we'll be looking at the statements. This oat cloud, it is a thick walled bubble made of icy pieces of space debris the size of mountains and source to most of the comets, making this statement as a correct statement. Statement 2, it lies far beyond Pluto and the most distant edges of the Kuiper belt. Yes, this is also a correct statement because it is lying beyond the Kuiper belt. Statement 3, while the planets of our solar system orbit in a flat plane, the Oort cloud is believed to be giant spherical shell surrounding the Kuiper belt object. We have also seen this in this diagram. This is also a correct statement. So here we can see all the statements, that is 1, 2 and 3 are the correct statements. Showing you the Kuiper belt, we can see this through a diagram. This is a complete Oort cloud. This is a complete Oort cloud. It is spherical in shape, and this is a Kuiper belt. This is Kuiper belt, which we can see, and projecting this part here, this is Kuiper belt. Okay, this is Kuiper belt, and this is our solar system. Okay, now the extent of this Oort cloud, we can see it is ranging from 2000 astronomical units to 20,000 astronomical units, which is quite very large. It is very large. So this is the Oort cloud of our Milky Way universe, inside which our solar system is present. Okay, so quite simple. Okay, simple to understand. Okay, so here we can conclude all the questions here. So reminding you once again about the All India PT mock test, which is a very good initiative of GS Core, which is very highly relevant for the students because they can take a real-time feel of the civil services PT examination, and this is occurring at schools. This is being organized in schools. There are more than 25 schools here. We can see Delhi, it is present in Mukherjee Nagar and ORN, also Guwahati, Jaipur, Jammu, Lucknow. So if you are nearby these cities, you can register yourself by scanning this QR code. By scanning this QR code, it is also happening in English and Hindi medium. And the test dates we can see, it is 9th April, 30th April and 10th May. Therefore, you can assess the approach which you are applying on the questions. It will be quite simple to understand your approach, and it will help you on rectifying the mistakes which you are currently doing right now in this mock test, and you can make sure that these mistakes will not be replicated in the UPSC Civil Services Prelims examination. So thank you very much, guys. This had been a very good session. Thank you very much.